Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World, and welcome to this week's must-have video. For those of you who are new here, welcome, and for those of you who've been around, you know that every single week I do a must-have video. In this must-have video, we talk about something that I feel is a must-have in the game right now. And this video is going to jump around into a couple of different topics, but it's all going to be focused on something that I talk a lot about on my streams, which is balance. And we're going to talk about that balance today, especially with recent changes with the Mythic Storm King coming, with all that good stuff. We're going to be talking about that. And I will be doing some videos this coming week that are going to expand on this topic that we're going to talk about today. But first off, let me say thank you guys. Like I said, so many new people. Thank you so much, guys. It's so many new people are watching the streams, watching the videos. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are amazing. All of you guys who have continuously supported me, thank you so much. All of you using my creator code, thank you so much. You guys have no idea how absolutely amazing it is. So many of you, thank you so much. The creator code thing is an amazing program. I don't know what I would do without it. It's incredible. Thank you so very much, all of you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. But let's talk about this. So I'm going to talk about balance in this video, and we're going to focus on a couple of things, specifically things that have recently changed in the game. We're going to talk about, not about that. We're going to talk about the current changes to the material, not the current changes that have caused us to realize an imbalance, and we're going to talk about that. But before I do that, actually, let me just say this. I do need to apologize. I did make a mistake in a previous video. In the previous video, I talked about the launcher changes, and if you guys want to watch that video, I'll make it pop up there in the corner. Just go check it out. And I did say that it would cost a lot more than it actually does. So yes, a sci-fi blaster, a blaster from a deatomizer, uses up, I think, 35. Does it say here how much it uses? Yeah. It doesn't say, but it uses up a bunch of these. It's super expensive. It's so expensive, each blast, and each blast takes up 35 of the energy cells. And the way that I had originally said it was, let me go back to the right one here. I had originally said that, you know, I didn't say it, but I alluded to the fact that for this you only got one energy cell, when in reality you get 100. So just to clarify, if for 5 nuts and bolts, 1 blast powder, and 3 batteries, you get 100 energy cells, which is still not so great, especially because it takes you a considerable amount to get 3 batteries. And then for explosive ammo, you 15 blast powder, 10 nuts and bolts, and 2 adhesive resin for 15 of these. That's a little better, but it's still not that great. They go by really fast. And yes, I will be doing a video that's going to be coming out later this week. I've been going around, I've been trying a bunch of different methods. Thank you very much to all of you for all your suggestions. There's been some really great suggestions. The people have said, oh, this is the best way to get batteries, this is the best way to get coal, this is the best way to, and I've been trying them all. And even a couple of my own that we discovered, like on stream. So I'm going to have a video coming soon. I've been spending a lot of time lately trying to find out the best way to get this stuff, because we need it a lot. And as I said before, we were going to talk about balance in this game. And I'm going to talk about balance in both sides. I'm going to talk about balance from the developer aspect of it and our aspect of it too. And you guys are going to see in a second. So that's very important. That's very, very important right now. We're going to talk, like I said, there's going to be a video coming out very soon about that this week. And also I'm going to be doing a video this week talking about survivor squads and survivors. Because right now everyone is really wanting to level up so that they can do the Mythic Storm King. And a lot of these changes are coming from the Mythic Storm King. Now, let me say this first. This is not a game that you can, well, you can, but it's not really a game that you need to spend a lot of money on to advance. You can, though. How do you spend money in this game? Well, you buy a bunch of V-Bucks, you buy tons of V-Bucks, and then you open all the llamas you possibly can. And you hope for llamas like that. You hope for llamas like that that are going to give you mythic survivors, mythic heroes, legendary survivors, sorry, mythic leads, and legendary survivors. That's what you want to see. And unfortunately, I don't need these guys, so I'm not going to spend the V-Bucks. Well, I guess fortunate because I can save it. And yes, I did spend a lot of money in this game when it first came out. For those of you who don't know, I spent, and I've talked about this before, I spent well over $2,000 in this game in the first year of it coming out. For a couple of reasons. I wanted to see the game succeed and advance, and excuse me. And I also wanted to make content for the game. So, but there isn't really a way that you can just unlock all of the slots, survivor slots, by paying money. There isn't a way of, advancing like that. And that, I think, I appreciate the fact that we have the gold shop. I think the gold shop has been one of the greatest things that has ever come to this game. It's amazing. It's absolutely incredible that by investing your time and playing the game, you can then spend gold, get gold, and spend it on some stuff that will really help you advance your game. I think that's fantastic. But I think it needs to be expanded. And again, that's where we go back to the balance in the game. So let's start from square one and talk about where this imbalance started, I feel. With the Mythic Storm King has come something that everyone is so focused on. And I'm going to say this right now because I have to say it. I don't like the Mythic Storm King. I don't. And to be honest, once I get a launcher, I'm going to maybe dedicate maybe sometime during my streams to help people, learn how to do the Mythic Storm King. But I don't really see myself doing this a lot for two reasons. First of all, it's not, well, the main reason is it just takes up too much materials. It takes up so much materials that take up so much time to get. Again, balance. We're spending too much time to do something that, the fun is lost in that sense. If it was easier to get these materials, yeah, I wouldn't mind spending there a bunch of time and having fun, failing a lot, and, succeeding every once in a while. And the launcher changes. The launcher changes that, like I said, I did make a video about that. I talked all about the launcher changes, how it works and everything. And the launcher changes have come to create an imbalance in us because, and this is something that I have to admit I did wrong, when I saw the launcher changes, it made me feel like I could use these launchers a lot more. When in reality, I realized recently that I didn't used to use launchers that much either. Launchers were a sometimes thing. Launchers were not an all the time thing. Why? Because I still had to grind for the mechanical parts and for everything else. Now, I will say this, it was cheaper. It was a lot cheaper before to grind for these than to grind for these. So that has created an imbalance. The developers should have realized that doing this was going to make us want to do these more. And in that sense, they should have balanced these out a little more. Now, were they trying to help us to not overdo it? Perhaps. But I kind of feel that making a weapon viable as something that you want to use a lot more, it could make it a lot simpler, or it would have been great if they would have made it a lot simpler for us to be able to use it more. But again, this is something that I think I personally have to rebalance within myself and in my own mindset. Launchers are not an every mission item. They're not a weapon that I should be using all the time. Launchers should be a sometimes. Launchers should be something that I should pull out if I really, really need it. If I need to go really hard and try something really that is going to be really difficult and go all out, like the Mythic Storm King. The problem is when you go to something like the Mythic Storm King, you're going to start seeing this imbalance really fast because yes, you want to save up, you want to be able to go to the Mythic Storm King and do it, but you need a massive amount of these materials. And that's where the imbalance happens. I personally feel that there should be a rebalancing done in the game. And I've been talking about this for a while, especially with Twine Peaks. It actually starts with these. It starts with the missions that are going to be giving you legendary perk up and all that. We were talking about that during a stream, and we had a pretty good mission. And someone said, "You do realize you're going to have to do this mission think they said 7 times? 7 times to be able to max out. It wasn't this mission. Was it this mission? It might have been this mission. Someone said you have to do this mission 7 times to be able to max out one of your. Was it 7 times? No, I think. Oh, 7 more times. They said 7 more times, and I had already done it several times. So it was like, wow, I'm gonna have to be here hours upon hours just to be able to complete this. And the problem was that we were failing. We were failing several times. So it was a little bit, on the negative side to realize that. And the fact that not everyone has hours and hours and hours to play this game every day. So because of that, like I said, I feel that there definitely needs to be a rebalancing done in the game. Both on our part as the players, we need to rebalance in our mind. For example, with the launchers, we need to realize that launchers are not in every mission thing. As great as the new launchers are, as awesome as it is, it needs to be rebalanced. And also with the fact that now we have, especially for energy cells, we have mythic weapons now that also take energy cells. I don't want to use these guys anymore. I don't want to use these guys anymore. Because I feel really bad for having wasted or spent all of this legendary perk upon them. I have a video that I'm going to talk to you guys about this soon. I'm not going to say it right now, but yeah, it just feels to me like there needs to be more balancing done. So that's this week's must have, and I put it on myself as well as ask the Epic developers to think about it. There needs to be that balance in the game, the balance of time invested to what you get, and all of that needs to equal to the fun that you can have in this game. And I need to also balance in myself the fact that there's some weapons that I won't be able to use. The strongest weapons in the game are not weapons that you're going to be able to use all the time, except for that one hanging on the wall over there. And also, please, Epic, make it so we can pick and choose what we want on the wall, please. I'm pretty much, you guys are going to be seeing me. This is going to be my setup for the net for a while. I'm not going to really use anything else, because I love swords, and I love the fact that I don't have to use much of other supplies with this. So I'm going to be using this a lot, saving up my materials, and hoping that we get a rebalance in the game. Either the missions, yield better materials. Like I said, again, I will be doing a video soon talking about that, where I've been farming and trying to get this. We also need a rebalancing in, let's say, how you can get more heroes so that you can level up faster. I will also have a video, as I said, about this soon, talking about my survivors, my squads, and everything, and showing you guys that, as well as tips how to level up faster. And finally, we need something that I would love to see is in the shop added for the time that we invest, the gold that we get, that we can purchase materials. I really think this would be really awesome. The capacity to purchase materials in Save the World, so that we can just play the game, have fun, and then if we want to do something like the Mythic Storm King, come over to the shop, buy stacks of stuff, and go and try it out. I think that would be really great. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, I am DUJ2. This has been this week's must-have video, and I know it might have been a little bit of a boring topic for some people, but I really do believe in this. I believe that balance is very important to have in this game, and I really hope that that is balanced out so that we can continue having lots and lots of fun. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate you all. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.